There we go. So, ladies and goblinoids, what the fuck did you guys do last session? That would be a nice start.
We came to town. We had a nice chat with the barkeep. Nothing untoward happened. We met the stable. Wait, is it the stable lad? I don't know. He does something. His name is it Ethan?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's right.
Bargain bonded with him. We met the fawn lady, whose name I forgot again.
Ranger.
She has a pet spider. She has a pet spider who will love me one day.
Never in your life.
We met the voodoo hoodoo whitey liquid lady.
Yeah.
Bargain had his magic pill, and we had a nap.
And you had a nap. Of course, of course. Do you, by any chance, remember the name of the barkeep and the herbalist healer? Considering you mentioned them but didn't give a name.
Alejandro?
That's
Bernadette was the lady, and Alexandam was the barkeep. And
Close. Bernadette was the healer. Alessandro, not Alexandan. But, yeah, no, that's good enough. You also heard a few other names, but never actually met those people. You heard different names being mentioned. You were given tasks to do by Alessandro, who has essentially his hand on the pulse of the town and has a few things that could be attended to, and one of the more interesting options, which you guys discussed, was the investigation of the Dead Circle, which is to the southwest, as there's rumours to be some interesting things to bring back, findings, equipment and the such. You also figured out that a lot of the economy of the country has semi-reverted back to barter, which is trade like for like with items, rather than the use of gold. While it is still used, sort of, a lot more people are reverting to barter now. Which is good or bad, depending on your view. You was offered trade for trade with Alessandro for completion of the mission. He was happy to offer you gold or things, depending on what you guys wanted, which was sort of given to you as an option, but you never actually picked. So I'm assuming that will be decided upon return.
Alessandro was trade.
Well, we'll just have to see, won't we, sugar? So, the session is now yours. You are the morning. Oh yeah, that was a thing. You contacted your fucking voices bargained in the night.
Mm-hmm.
And had a bit of a conversation. You popped some pills. You feel rough and not pleasant, but better overall.
I got my unranger shoes.
Hooves. She doesn't have.
does she have shoes?
No. Goat legs.
Oh.
And they're up in the rafters at the moment.
Yeah.
First chance to get. I assume you're coming down at some point.
I thought she was just going to there.
No,
Why
like,
is she-
Ranger's never going out of that roof. She stays there for the rest of the campaign.
I'm gonna say, once they come downstairs, she sort of just undoes her rope web and comes down, like clambers down with bang.
Yeah. But the morning is now yours. Go for it.
Money fag! You sleep well.
We slept
You
well,
missed
thank
me.
you.
You missed me. Oh, thank you, Fang. I love you too.
I slept well too.
Okay.
Ouch.
So, when are we going out, Bargain?
Well, as you all start descending the stairs, Alessandro gives a call to the back room. If you guys wish, I can make sure breakfast is ready. We are in the moment of cooking it all. Are you all hungry, I assume?
Oh, I'm very hungry, Al.
Ooh.
Right. And he gives like a couple claps, shouts to the back, and just says, "Can we get 3 meals made up?" On the double, they have like busy people.
Isn't it 4? Pointing back at the 4 of us.
There's 3 of you. Oh, fuck! No, kill now. 4. Yeah,
Sorry, correct. 5.
that was a Danny issue. No, there are 4 of you. Yeah, so yeah, he shouts for 4.
I also screwed up. I was going to say 5. It was 1 more.
No, there's only
Yeah,
4 of
forget
you.
Forget Kill now, he wants to feed his spinner.
Oh yeah, no.
But he only calls for 4 meals to be prepared and made. He does not include Fang, unfortunately, in the morning breakfast. You remember that Fang is not necessarily liked in this building, more tolerated. He may have inadvertently caused himself some gripe with some of the patrons and the local people. 6
Oh.
times in one night.
Poor spinner.
But
I just grab some rations from my bag and feed Fang the like jerking. Yeah.
yeah,
jerking
you use like half a day's rations to feed him, and then like use another half later. You're sat, you're fed. If you wish to do anything during this time, you can. If not, I am happy to skip until post-breakfast.
Can I attempt to coerce Fang over with some bacon?
You
I was
can...
gonna say before, if we were waiting, I was gonna fill those vials with Fang's venom.
Okay, I'm not going to make you roll for it because it's your animal companion. You've had a lot of time with Fang, so you've kind of got into a system now where it's like a morning routine where you coerce Fang to part with some of his venom for a basic poison. It's not as good as full venom, but it's still good. It's usable. You are able to procure a vial's worth in the time. It's a very slow and arduous process, and sometimes Fang doesn't like to play ball. But yeah, you managed to get yourself a vial. It's a good trick, that is, because I did it when I was a UNT rogue. I fucking milked my own venom to make into poison for my daggers. It's a great idea. But yeah, food is had. Venom is procured. How are you guys doing now?
So guys, are we going to be heading out soon?
Yes, Ranger. Out.
I didn't know I was starting alarm as well. I can't do it now.
Are we going? Let's go.
You okay, Bargain?
It's his new tablet, his phone.
I'm okay. Oh no. Yeah, you have all noticed over the time that Bargand is not fully incapacitated, but he's just a bit pale round the gills, as it would be.
He's fine.
And
Let's go.
as you're making light conversation, you just see Bargand's face just suddenly that oh no face. And then a few moments later, just a small projectile amount of vomit just flies in the way of Ranger. Make a dexterity save. Make a ranged weapon attack, Bark, and with disadvantage because you're
I'm
barf.
just doing my cooking. So can you roll it for me?
Okay. I'm gonna roll this with the disadvantage just because the fact that you're like barfing rather than actually full on attacking.
I don't need to roll for
Yeah.
dex.
No, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna roll this. I'm just gonna roll a sling attack, and we'll just see if it beats your AC. With an 8? No. No. So you see the facial complexion change, and you're like, oh no, and you manage to kind of stand up, and right where like your chair was, just like a big on the floor.
I'm probably like stood on the adjacent table.
Yeah, you
So,
eloquently
leaves that
jumped up
off.
and out the way.
Are you not feeling okay, Bargain?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I like that. As I heard clanging. Say that again, Sam.
We can go to Bernadette to see if she can fix you.
I'll be fine.
Shall we go grab the car?
Let's
Oh,
go
we're not
grab Ethan.
Okay.
Sorry, are we attacking Mr. Sprinkles? Mrs. Sprinkles?
Okay.
How far away is it? It's about a day or so, isn't it?
Let me double check on the map.
And plus there is loot, so we might need a car
Yeah.
to bring back all of the loots.
Oh, the loot!
Yeah, I would say it's a day. That's it. It's about a square. Yeah, it's about a day travel. That's it. It's not far.
Did Alessandro drop that good word for me with Ethan?
You don't know yet. Do you wish to
Let's
ask?
go find Ethan!
Well, you head to the back and you see that the doors are wide open, and you can see that Ethan has currently got Sprinkles out, and is currently washing the horse.
Why are you washing my horse?
I wash all the horses, make sure they're clean, looked after. It's what we do here. You kind of see there's large trails of water, as you can see a couple of the other horses inside. Like their mane is like wet and like just dripping water slowly as they've been washed. He's kind of got to yours last as you've come round. He's like half done at this point. Sure, she's got all the suds but hasn't been rinsed yet.
You okay, Sprinkles?
Sprinkles like kind of does like, you know how dogs when they're wet and they do the whole body shake, and just like throws soapy water everywhere, and you just see Ethan just freeze like, yep, saw that one coming. Great.
Oh.
Guys, some lizard folk is following us. Points towards Kilnar.
No, that's just Kilnar.
It's
And
fine.
he
Any better, Kilnar? You've been asleep for nearly 2 days.
Thomas, are you actually there?
Kill now.
Okay.
Come
Your
back,
mic-
kill now.
Did go to kick in, Tom, but then it broke up. So if you want to repeat that.
Guys!
No, he's gone.
Oh.
Bye bye, kill now. See you next week.
Kilnar goes glassy behind the eyes.
Oh no. You just hear the window shutting down.
I'm still here.
Oh! He's alive!
He lives!
For now.
So,
Repeating.
go for it.
Guys! There's a lizard folk following us. Pointing at Kilner.
That's Kilnar. He's harmless.
Is he a friend or a foe? As I slowly, go towards my crossbow.
Are you a friend or a foe? Narrows my eyes.
Well, I've been hired to do this with you guys. I've not seen Kilnar. So I'm gonna guess...
Kilnar's been
yeah?
unwell.
So he's with us?
If he's with us,
Okay then. Just head towards the cart.
Okay. So, now that you guys are here, Ethan gathers your stuff, assuming that you wish to leave. The cart is attached. He takes Sprinkles inside, attaches the cart, and the cart is slowly brought out. Right. Here's your cart and horse. Looked after. Still a bit wet, but if you're leaving quickly, the wind should deal with the rest.
Jump on then.
Excuse me?
You're coming with us. Coming on an adventure.
Roll a persuasion check.
2 sets.
Okay. Do you want me to do it again?
No, I'm just loading it up.
Okay.
Just got a mouthful of garlic bread. Persuasions. Persuasions.
Yeah, Alessandro did speak to me about it. Look, I can't stay with you for ever. And he kind of does the quote marks with his hands. But I suppose a week or so away from this town might do me some good, so fuck it.
Yeah, we're just going a day's travel away, so
Yeah.
maybe about 2 days or so before we're back.
Yeah, it sounds good. And he kind of tentatively climbs up and gets on the cart.
Yeah, Ethan.
woo,
You have looted an Ethan.
what we always wanted.
Can I add him to my inventory?
Yes, you can add an Ethan to your inventory.
How much does he weigh?
You would probably guess about 180 to 200 pounds.
I can bench him. That's fine.
Is this Ben or bargained?
A bargain can bench him.
Oh,
I
okay.
absolutely couldn't.
Okay. So, your cart is...
Ethan, do you have a weapon?
No.
Can I give him my...
Like I said, I was going to hand him one of my short swords. It's up the saddle.
Okay, thanks.
The world is dangerous, and you're going to need it.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Just in
I'm going to say, I've
case.
also my unbuckled and gave him the sheath so he can put it round his own waist.
Yeah, and given the way he's holding the sword, you can clearly tell he's not exactly proficient with swords. He kind of... There's at one point where, like, you have to stop him from nearly cleaving the back of Bargain's neck as he's just kind of holding it and the wrist kind of gives way slightly. And you quickly grab it, like, oh, no, not like that. Okay.
Is Ethan limp-wristed?
No, he's just not proficient. But you stow him away, you pack everything onto the cart that you need. You take the southwestern road, which is the one on the bottom left, out of town. As I move you over to the world map. So, you guys take the... Oh no, it's the southeastern road, actually, of Crossradata. The other one takes you to the Savamore docks. Yeah, you don't want to go there just yet. Because the plan is, I'm going to take you on this right-hand road and then tuck left into the dead circle. Or do you want to go left and round? Either way, it's about the same distance, but it's more about your approach.
As we're heading more into the depths of the deep circle, we'd want to take the south road. It'll be a lot easier and less of the creatures will be in it that we'll have to get through.
What, mate? Say there.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, we heard you.
Yeah.
What makes you say that? Hello?
Sam, did you hear Blake?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, I'm going to guess mostly undead.
Yeah.
Or what would we need to roll to know that?
Roll a nature check. Or a history.
Have we
But the DCs are different.
Have we left the city? Have we left?
Well,
Yeah.
no. I'm assuming this is what was discussed before leaving, because obviously
I know
it affects what way out of town you go. I'm saying this has probably been discussed, like, as you're all packing the cart, it'll be like, right, so we're going this way, yeah?
I'd say nature. I'm gonna go with nature.
Okay. Either's fine, it was just different
yeah.
DCs. Yeah, the Dead Circle itself you are aware of. You've never been there, and nothing good has ever really come out of that area. As terms of like differences between the routes, the going west and then cutting to the right is good, but you were aware that those roads are a bit more awkward and there's a lot more time you'd have to travel with the cart off-road, whereas taking the excuse me, whereas taking the eastern route and taking the main road to Borla here, you've got the forest on your left, which has its own threats and issues, but there's a lot more road. The route's better. And there's less off-road you'd have to do in your cart. It's kind of a choice of what you guys think's more applicable, better.
We'd have to go through less terrain with a cart if we go to the south.
But nothing stopping you just leaving the cart on the side of the road and leaving it to fate.
Which way are we going, guys? I literally just gave you the options of what's the problem.
And as the
Right, I'll go
error...
back for a minute.
I was going to say, and as the error loading bars just appear on everyone's face as they are overwhelmed by the massive details of one pro and one con each way.
So many options.
I decided to take the bloody easy road.
Take the one with more road.
South we go.
Okie
Well,
dokie.
North has more road.
No, but you'll spend more off-road getting to the dead circle.
Well, we'd be on the wrong direction if you would have said north.
Yeah. But you guys leave early in the morning and start your travel southward. You figure that by the end of the day, you'll reach the dead circle at night. Like, you can do this in one go. But the weather is a light smattering of rain, but fairly sunny for the most part, with a very slight overcast. It's not heavy rain by any means, it's just like, you know, it's like that very misty rain, and it's like very little of it. But it gives the road a nice dusting, a nice little clearing. The smell is of fresh earth as it's all being watered for the first time in a couple days. It's pleasant. You guys continue making your way, and you get... I have stretched bargained. I have put him on a rack.
Oh god, what did that appeal do to you?
Yeah, what it is, some bargain was left in Cross Redata, so then as you've travelled, you just stretched him.
Did that bitch use the glue on me? Was I glued to Crossradata?
Yeah, she glued like your palms to like the front door of the pub. But no,
That monster.
you make it to about the midway point to Borland here and Cross Redata. You notice that there is a fairly large campsite that's basically a waypoint between the two. That's been long since been used, and there's no one there currently. You guys have reached this point at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, knowing now that you have to cut directly west, which is going to be a bit slower, a bit more laborious, but you'll get there, and making your way to the Dead Circle.
Should we?
Loot the camp.
It's
I was gonna say, should we-
it's literally a
Loot it all.
it's a clearing with like a used campfire that like essentially you just add your materials to burn. It's just
No,
an
I was just-
establishing. There's nothing there.
I was just gonna say,
Did
should we like?
someone say fire?
No fire today.
But go on, what was you saying,
I'd
Blake?
suggest that we...
I was just gonna say, should we really be going into the Dead Circle on the night time? Should we just like camp here and then just cross over in the morning?
I would agree with Gary. It would be better for us to have all our full strength when we go into the Dead Circle. It's not very pleasant. Anything that comes out usually isn't very pleasant itself.
I'm down for that.
Have you been here before, Rangy?
Not this far down. I've been a little bit on the woods side, but not actually into the circle.
You should lie to me.
Insight versus deception or persuasion, whatever is applicable.
Okay.
Are you making another fucking lying character? I am gonna murder her if you are. If you roll deception, I'm murdering her on the spot.
Yeah.
You don't pick up any reads that would indicate mistruth. You're pretty sure that, she seems honest. Plus, you've got to also remember, she is a Fey being. Fey beings typically tend to stick to the forests.
I'm pretty shy myself, but I'll go wherever I want. Thank you very much.
So are we setting up camp in the the camp area? It's usually used by travelers and merchants.
How protected is it? Like, are there any walls? Any kind of like blockades? to
No, there's no walls. What it is, it's just a place that seems to be a shared place that over time as the ground, like the grass has been worn away, and it's like a large dirt patch on the side of the road. There's a set of stones where, like, if you place wood and an ignition source, the campfire would be, and you can see large inlaid tracks into the dirt where carts have rested. It's not defensible, it's just a small clearing on the side of the road that seems to have been used multiple times.
Can I check if it's been used recently?
You can. That would be a survival or investigation. DC depending. You are unclear. The tracks, there are so many, it's hard to get a read on any single one. And the campfire, you're not entirely sure. Maybe, maybe not. Could have been burning 2 minutes ago, could have been burning 20 days ago, you don't know.
It doesn't seem like anyone's been here recently. We should be okay.
Can I hear anything coming from the surrounding forest? That seems
That,
suspicious?
my boy, would be a perception check. It seems fairly quiet. You take a moment, take a couple of breaths, and just silently listen, trying to understand any of your surroundings, if there's anything out of place. You hear the faint howls of wolves. Outside of that, you are fairly isolated from what your ears tell you.
Excellent.
That's not what the plan was.
Can I have a wander around the surrounding area, gathering up some herbs? Because, herbs.
Survival or nature check, please.
I will say this. Can I do that with bargain and just use my ranger ability where I can just collect food for 5 people?
Yeah, you do that alongside. So as he's gathering like medicinal herbs and things like this to use, you like, oh well, that's good to eat. Like, no, I'm gonna grab that. Okay.
Well then, I mean, no wonder, can I ritualistically cast my tiny hut?
You can start the incantation to cast Learman's tiny hut. Bargain, you spend a time having a look around and with Ranger in your ear telling you why you neglecting that mushroom or this because it can be eaten and things like this. You were able to find a collection of herbs that, if put through the right application, would probably make some potions if you had the expertise and equipment to do so.
I do have an herbalism kit.
But do you have an alchemist's kit?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
could steal one.
Yeah. If you had an alchemist kit and was proficient in using it, you are confident the herbs you have could possibly make 2 standard health potions. So if you want to mark that down as 2 health potions worth of herbs, or anything of that degree so you understand, you gather these. It takes you about half an hour or so, and by the time you've gathered like a fistful of these herbs, which is plenty given the potency, you turn around and see 2 arms full of mushrooms, barks, flowers, roots that are all edible that Ranger has gathered for potential dinner or future dinners. You even swear you see some grubs in there. Still edible.
They're great when they're dried. They're kind of crispy.
Cool.
So, everyone gathers back in the camp. Everyone is doing their various tasks, preparing food, eating food. You're looking over your herbs bargain and ensuring what you've got is legit, which, with that roll, yes, you are confident everything is completely fine. Kilnar does Kilnar, unless you wish to specify, Tom. Okay, that's brilliant. Everyone sleeps for the night inside Learman's tiny hut. Everyone goes to bed at the same time. No watches are had.
I'm going to say Ranger would have stayed up for a bit longer than everyone else. Not being trustworthy.
Okay, so do you want to make a perception check then for me? Because I'm assuming you'll take the equivalent of the first of 3 watches and then go to bed.
As I'm in the forest, do I have advantage? I think I do.
Yeah, because you're on the very edge of one. I'll give it you.
Yay!
I'll be nice.
Thank you, Dan.
Damn.
I see everything.
Your eyes light up like laser focus. You spot everything. You notice that the grass in a 20-foot radius around you contains 1.23456 million blades. You notice that the bark on the tree, if you look at it long enough, is made of wood.
Has it got
She's
a
that game.
face?
She would actually look at.
Shoot
I
it.
see everything. Would.
Oh yeah, no, but no. You take a look around. You manage to stay awake. You're relatively focused and energetic, given that this is an exciting thing to do. You're leaving Bernadette behind, who was basically made to foster you as you entered the town. And despite gelling with her, it's nice to go back out and do things interesting. Considering you were very much nomadic. You like bouncing place to place, seeing new things, doing different things.
I prefer animal company over human company.
Yeah.
Bargain's sort of in between.
I was going to say, like, bargain's close enough. But no, your night's rest is extremely quiet. Somewhat unnervingly so, if anything, I would say. The fact that you don't see at any point any form of life. The rain is still pitter-pattering. Towards the night, it does
During that, can I use my nature's primordial awareness? So for 6 miles, I can see I can feel every creature that is undead. Yeah. Undead. Everything.
Undead, Fey, Draconic, I believe, and Celestial? And Fiend?
I've just popped it up, I think so, yeah. So, like, Aberration,
Celestials, yeah. You don't sense any aberrations. You don't sense any Celestials. Dragons, you do. To the south, you sense very faint, multiple, very small draconic pings. Not the size of a full dragon, but you probably sense about 30 or so very small ones. Elementals? No, not really. Fey, you don't sense any specific Fey creatures, but...
I ping myself.
Yeah, you ping on yourself. But you notice that the very forest around you just has a very faint aura of Fey. However, some of the edges of the forest are weaker. The centre is more concentrated, as you would expect, as it emanates from the core of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for you, you don't sense any fiends, neither. Except the fiends lay in front of you, asleep.
How rude. How rude.
You are asleep. Shut the fuck up.
I sleep talk, bitch. I sleep talking about sleep.
Oh, you sleep talk? Okay. Undead is the most interesting thing. You sense... I'm not going to go into it very specifically, but you sense a large number. You would probably guess within the range of your ability, which is...
6 miles when I'm in a forest.
Yeah. You sense probably a few thousand very small pings, but you sense larger ones in between. The dead circle itself, similar to the Fey aura in the forest, the dead circle has a very, very faint undead aura, and you also sense one singular thing inside of the dead circle that is almost blinding in comparison to the other things. Something very, very large, undead, in the dead circle. Just one thing. There is not a smidge of anything else inside but one thing, and the aura that surrounds it, which is coming from the land itself. So you spend your time taking in as much of this as you can. You go to sleep along with everyone else. You all wake up in the morning. The rain...
I'm going to say, while I'm...
Oh, go on.
So I was going to... It's irrelevant.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to rummage to the bag, see if I could find a piece of paper to draw a quick map and put, like, dots where the pings are.
Yeah, but given they move, and they have been during your watching of them, it's a bit awkward. But
Yeah, just like the major one.
yeah, the rain gets much heavier throughout the night, and by the time the dome disappears, you are all rudely awakened by heavy downpour of rain just slamming the ground. Like, if you want to retcon it slightly, Blake, we can have it that you woke up in the night to like reactivate the dome to give you more time.
It should give us 8 hours.
Yeah. And if you
Oh no, that what was in the text was a response to something else.
Okay.
I'm just checking where the stuff is that we had before because it wasn't on my inventory. I was just checking if it was in Blake's.
No, that's fine. But no, you as the dome at about, because you prepared it at 9 o'clock at night, so 10, 11, 12. At 5 a.m. you have had your long rest. That's not an issue. But where you're used to sleeping in till about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're all woken up at 5 o'clock with torrential downpour rain slamming your faces and kind of like, have you ever been woken up harshly and you'll wake up in a foul mood like initially because it's just not pleasant as you're all being drenched in rain?
Bargain's quite happy in the rain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Everyone has everyone has
roll about in the mud a bit.
yeah, everyone has different levels of appreciation to what's going on.
I just do a heck and roll in all the mud that's now around me. Yay!
Oh yeah, the rain started yesterday, but it started as just spitting, and very slowly it's got worse and worse. And during the night, it has turned into torrential storm-like weather and has not let up an inch. The partial clouds have now been replaced with large amounts of cloud. The sun is still bright behind it. The clouds are fairly light because of it, but there is no sky can be seen other than cloud.
How's the horse that we didn't tie up?
Currently tucked up against the cart, trying to, and like between the cart and a tree, trying to obtain as much shelter as possible, but he's still fairly soaked. Along with Ethan, who is actually lay under the cart.
I'll run over to Fang and see if he's okay.
Oh, Fang's fell mood. Because he's kind of... You know when spiders get wet and they curl up into a ball and have that like pocket of air right against them in case they're in like a body of water? Fang's kind of done that and is currently curled up into like a... almost like a yogurt ball type size.
I just like try and make his mood better. Just like fussing and playing with him.
Oh yeah, no, he's not in the mood to be played with. He uncurls and he's a lot slower because it's raining and he's more tentative, but he's by no means in any mood to be played with. He's like, what? I am wet. This is horrible. That's if he could speak, that is. That's the sort of things he would be speaking.
Can I pull out some of my jerky and attempt to feed him? In a polite and like have some bacon manner.
Roll animal handling. In normal circumstances, you are extremely confident that he would have fell for this bait, and you would have got a rise out of him. But because of the heavy torrential rain and the foul mood he's in, and the fact that Ranger, is not getting much of a response, unfortunately, he does not give no shits about your jerky. It's a shame as well, because that was a damn good roll.
Take off? I put my hand out. I go. I just like grab his hand and then pull towards Fang and go. It's okay. You can have his food if he wants to give it you.
Fang is just not having it this morning. If there was a means where he could get dry, maybe. He's in the middle of the road, soaked. No, this spitter is not happy.
Can I go back to my chest of clothes on the cart, which I presume is like in a sealed kind of chest thing?
Yeah, the chest is sealed, and you assume that no water's got inside, but the trunk itself is soaked.
That's okay. So if I kind of hunch over to keep it dry and pop the lid,
Yeah.
is the stuff inside kind of dry?
Yeah. A couple of the very
Can I-
edges are mildly damp, where a couple of raindrops here or there have got in, but that's about it.
I'm pretty sure I've got like a really raggedy ass outfit in there.
Yeah?
Can I pull that out, shut my trunk, seal it back up, walk over to the spidder,
Yeah.
and attempt to dry him off?
Roll animal handling with disadvantage.
Would you like me to roll an attack, Dan?
No. No, not yet. It thinks you're going to attack it at first, and you kind of try and place the towel gently, or the rag gently, and as it tries to move, you kind of freak and just drop it on him. You drop this dress on him, and it's kind of running around in a circle with this dress just trailing behind. You eventually, like, half pin it and ruffle it up and try and dry him down as best as you can. You remove the now sodden wet dress as you just watch all of the hair and fur of the spider just bumps out like static shocks, like as you've now give the thick wiry hairs on the spider more of like a afro-y, wispy, puffy look.
I love it. It's adorable.
You've just turned him into a puffball that then gets soaked, and all of that hair droops and soddens him almost instantly. Because it's torrential storm rain.
So fine. You get what you get.
So, what is the plan?
Where did he specifically say we had to investigate?
The dead circle, all of it.
He pointed out that there was a potential items of interest and wanting to understand what actually is there, because there's only rumours and things like that.
Because it seemed quite deep into there. There's a lot of a very big thing. It said, I feel it's undead, but it seems too large to be anything I've seen.
It's a dead dragon. Woo!
Oh, I saw lots of the small ones down in the south, but I don't think it's one of those. It seemed bigger.
Oh yeah, no, those pings in the south were like half your size.
Cool.
Hey, Ethan.
As he's kind of got one arm, like, holding, like, a scrap piece of leather over his head. Yeah.
You okay under there?
No. It's wet. It's muddy. We should have stayed at home.
Welcome to adventure life. Isn't it fun? All this glorious nature and rain. Ah.
You're fucking crazy. This is ridiculous.
Oh, it could be a whole lot worse.
Great.
Guys, we need somewhere dry to be able to stand or even sit. Is there anything in the cart that I could use? Something to keep us all dry.
Did you bring anything?
Nothing that's big enough that could go over the cart. Is there anything in your equipment that you have that we could use?
Nah. We're waiting over at anybody. Let's go.
There's actually
Anyway,
something you
Ethan.
could do, but I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just trying.
Did I? Anyway, Ethan,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, you're not out here to be a hero. So if anything happens, I want you to take Sprinkles and hightail it back to Crossfredada.
Yeah, don't worry. Planning on it. I mean,
That's good.
this
We'll
rain's got...
protect you as much as we can, but
Yeah, sounds great.
just in case things go a little south.
Sounds great. Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Forward we go then.
So,
In.
you all begin your trek into looking for the Dead Circle. Or at least more of it. You start making your way, and the car is having a struggle going across. It's sodden ground, and it's hard. You have to kind of keep a certain level of momentum, for the weight of the cart would just bury and dig itself into the ground. It's not pleasant. It's hard. It's essentially difficult terrain, so your speed is halved with the cart. You're able to maneuver it on foot. That's okay, but the cart's not having a great time. As after about 4 or 5 hours, you reach here by about 1 a.m. No, 1 p.m. Sorry, not 1 a.m.
I loot the crystal.
Oh, there'll be more time for that, my boy.
Which bit are we coming in on?
I'm putting all your models in. Just for reference, and I have changed it on the map, each square is 10 foot, not 5.
Ooh, those are some big crystals.
Yes, they are. They are.
I'm gonna say I don't know how to put bangs. Take a token on the map.
There you go.
Yay!
So, the rain continues to beat down. Once you enter the Dead Circle, the muddy marshland terrain is replaced with more of a like cracked rock type land. As the earth, you can see that once was normal grassland has hardened and cracked and broken in many places. It's very sturdy and stiff terrain. It's not difficult terrain is what I'm alluding to. You see 6 large crystals. Between all of them, fissures cracking the ground that have broken many of the runes and markings that once made up a ritual of some sorts here, with a central structure in the centre that is cracked and derelict, and a building on the opposite side that has been broken and descended into ruin.
Are there any distinguishing features about the building that we can see from where we are?
Make a perception check.
I was gonna say, can I do a perception check to see if there's anything around?
Yeah.
Like
So-
creatures or...
So you're looking for other things. What are you looking for, Terry?
Yeah, I'm looking at the building. to see if I can
Okay.
notice if it's like a church, kind of like...
Okay. You have a look around. The building itself is foobar. It's very hard to make out what it was. It was a stone structure. It was fairly plain, but very well made. It wasn't a commoner's building by any means. It was a very expensive building once upon a time, but it's broken beyond the point of understanding what it could have been. There's no distinguishing features. It's sort of what you can see on the map is what you're actually looking at, just with a more of a stone colour than that sandstone colour.
But it looks like one kind of solid central structure rather than like kind of like a...
It used to be. It's now it's large pieces of buildings sticking out the ground. It's very much broken. It has no roof.
That's okay.
There are barely any walls. But having a look around using primeval awareness, you...
Oh no, that was an accidental click.
What was that?
That was an accidental click.
Okay, that's fine. But you have a look around for any creatures, and no, you don't see anything. Creature-wise, that is. No birds, no land creatures of any description. You see the dead and dried trees before you. You see the crystals, the fissures, the buildings. Building, sorry, not buildings. That's it.
This is kind of odd, guys. There's nothing around here, no birds. It's so quiet.
It is called the Dead Circle.
But that was a while ago. Stuff should have moved back in.
Takes a long while sometimes when magic goes woohoo.
You are free to move your tokens around if you wish to approach like further in. Or are you all staying away? Remember, they are 10 foot per square.
So what are the crystal-y type things?
You can see various different colours and sizes. It's only blue and red on the actual map, but then there are more chromatic colours. There are all different colours. It's just I was only limited to 2 when making the map. They are extremely large and cracked and broken, but still large and present.
I touch it.
Ooh, roll me a Constitution saving throw. No, that's a fail. You touch out to the crystal and it's got multiple large cracks. You feel the crystal pull at you. Physically pull you. But not in the sense that it's like a magnet to a ball bearing. And more like it's pulling the very fibres of your being. As it starts to suck at your very life essence. And for that, you take... Fucking hell, that's lucky. 6 points of necrotic damage. As you just feel through the palms of your hands, the very being in your soul just gets sucked at.
So first it pulls me and then it sucks me off. It didn't even buy me dinner.
No.
Rude crystal.
You see a couple of the cracks, and it starts to break more. Stays fully intact for the time being, but you see more cracks and previous cracks deepen and widen.
Can I whack it?
Roll to hit.
Can I move away while he's doing that?
I'm gonna move away and pull my bow.
Okay. You hit, roll damage.
Whack. Whack.
You hit, and
There, crystal.
you break like about a top quarter of the crystal as you see like it's like a translucent wave of energy just pulse from the opening and just knock everyone back a step. As when you hit it, it released something. Or partially so. Given this crystal still holds some form of power.
Did part of the crystal fall off, did you say?
About a quarter of it broke off the top, yeah.
Can I get my bedroll and kind of pick it up with my bedroll so I'm not physically touching it, but does it have the same sort of pull? Does it feel like it's pulling me?
The broken off piece does not.
I put it in my bag. What's it worth?
Well, you have about £20 in weight of dead circle crystal. That's all you know for now. These crystals are large. The bit you broke off was only a quarter, but it's probably about £20 heavy. It's a big chungus. The dimensions of it is probably about 4 or 5 foot wide. It's big.
Bargain. Does it feel as heavy as you would expect it to feel for a crystal?
Does it?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
Can I have a look around all this circly bit, see if there's any like
The
rune
actual...
bits?
Yeah. Well, as you're closer and you can see on your feet, dug and chiseled into the ground and filled in with something that's coloured the ground like a magenta, you can see a large circle that is just on the inside of the circle row of crystals, inside of which you can see 6 placed runes and then a central circle to that with very intricate markings and rune work. It spans about 100 foot across from what you can see. If you want to try and understand any of it, that would be an Arcana check.
Yes. I do want to do understandings, but I'm not very good with the arcanis. I'm not bad with the arcanis.
No, you're
but I'm not
not.
good with it.
The large circle around the edge is symbolic, like, you know, using brackets in maths. It encompasses everything inside to one equation. Because magic is one equation that's being done, whether it's verbal, somatic, on paper, or on the ground. That large
magic
circle...
is maths. Boo.
Essentially, it's maths with extra steps. It's maths in the sense that it's requires a balanced equation to get the correct answer, the answer being whatever you're trying to cast. That large circle around the edge, you are aware, is the containment for everything inside is a part of one spell. The 6 runes around the edge are separate pieces of the equation that do different functions, as well as the central piece being the trigger or the end product. Like, it either that's the trigger where it starts, or that's where whatever happens. As to what each of them do, given your background and knowledge, you don't know, but I'm giving you all the information I just did based on your role, that you understand what these are, but you don't understand what they do.
What is in the centre of here?
It's what was a stone arch that's marked with a few different runes and a much smaller crystal, probably about the size of a golf ball, sat on a small metallic plinth. that's just delicately placed in the middle.
Do you class runes?
The metal looks to be a brass.
Can I cast my racial detect magic?
You can.
For my magic eyeball.
You sense that the runes, the circle, the crystals, the smaller crystal and the plinth all give off necromancy magic. Necromancy being anything dealing with life and undeath and all the bits in between.
Guys, this is a circle of dead things.
Circle of necromancy, not necessarily dead things.
I'm saying dead things. Don't start
Right,
with
what did we say, Bargain?
It's all necromancy. Ooh, spoopy.
Just a quick one. Do you class runes as a language or more of a code?
Like I said, because maths is an equation, it's a code that is used by mages and other magic folk, mostly wizards, because things like sorcerers, druids and stuff have more of an innate ability, whereas wizards learn it and often use things like this as a method.
Would I understand any of it with comprehend languages?
No. It's not a language, it's like I said, it's not necessarily a language, it's more of an equation, so it's more numerical and things like that. Because you're dealing with symbols, not words, you know what I mean? So unfortunately, no.
Can I investigate this?
I would say things like identify would help.
Oh, I really hope we have someone with that.
But
Oh, that's a shame.
the issue is identifies the current function of an item. Given that a lot of these runes have fissures and things broken through them, it probably wouldn't work as well, given that their function is broken.
What about to investigate the centerpiece?
Sure, roll it. Okay. You see the similar archway, the brass plinth, and the small golf ball sized crystal that's completely clear. It's like it's like glass. You see nothing else in and around it. You see that the crystal is finely cut. The archway has delicate rune markings placed upon it, which has since broken. The archway has started to crumble. The stone is extremely old.
What about, I'm going to get a bit of cloth out of my bag, seeing that Bargain did the same with the crystal he broke.
Mm-hmm.
And grab the central crystal with that.
Yeah. You grab a small piece of cloth, and are you taking the metal plinth as well, or just the crystal?
Oh, is there a metal plinth for this?
I've said this 3 fucking times. There is a small brass metal plinth in which the crystal is sat upon, inside the circle under the arch.
Just the crystal, because the plinth seems a bit big.
Okay. It's about this. Just for dimensions, the plinth is about 1/2 foot wide. It's not big. It probably weighs about 10 pounds.
I'll physically actual touch the plinth, but put the cloth over the crystal.
Okay. Yeah, you have
Don't touch the plate.
the small golf ball sized crystal.
Lick it.
Yeah, it's just a salt block, really.
So I have the plinth and the crystal.
Yeah. Terry, what are you doing? Kilnar.
I will go over to this building over here
Okay.
and see what I can see with mine eyes.
Your eyes show you a large stone building, yeah, that was once very grand, yeah. You see inside that there was wooden furniture that has broken under the roof. A lot of ruin and rubble inside. I'm not going to keep doing that accent. It's annoying me.
Continue. You must
Um,
commit. Yeah.
yeah. You see that it was probably once a very fine homestead for someone. It's not a church, it's not a warehouse, it's not a temple. It garners the attention of, like, you see a broken bed, you see cooking utensils and things like that in some parts of the rubble. It was once a very stately home for someone.
Roughly, what's kind of the size? Did you say again? Sorry, like width and length.
Well, given these are 10-foot squares, you're looking at about 40-foot length and about 20-foot wide.
Okay.
It's not terribly big. You don't know if it had multiple stories. At the minute, it has one and no roof.
Can I perceive with my own eyes and looking at it and like walking around? Is there a convenient basement door or trapdoor?
Roll for a perception check.
Anybody want to help me look for this trapdoor, guys? Too late.
No one cares.
Sounds
You
a bit right.
take a look around. There doesn't seem like this building ever had a basement at any point, nor was there an attempt to build one. Given the amount of rubble, this building was probably 2 stories at one point, ground and first floor. Poor Blake, bless his cotton socks. We know, Kai, we know. Having a
We know
look
what, Kai?
around, he says, poor Blake, bless his cotton socks.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Kai.
And you're looking around for a while, and then you just hear as, like, fabric wafts behind you. You turn to look as you see a large, tall, humanoid figure, pale skin, shaved head, elongated facial features. It seems you have found my master's home. Who are you?
Who are you? Wait, where are we?
Right in front of the building.
I'm asking him, like, where are we?
You are where you shouldn't be. I was asked to come here and meet someone. You are not that someone.
How do you know this?
I was given an accurate description. You do not meet this, nor, as he takes a deep inhale of breath, nor do I smell what is needed. But you have faint familiarity. You know this person, yes?
That covers a lot of people I may or may not know. Give me
You
some more
notice
deets,
that
mate.
the facial features are very stone-faced. He produces no anger, no happiness, no joy, no discontent. It's very blank.
That's fine. Where is your master?
It is none of your concern. Changeling.
Wow, how rude. How rude. Grandad.
He stops for a second and starts slowly breathing the air in. Turns, looks at Bargund. Ah, there you are.
I punch him in the face.
Oh. Roll to hit.
I really should put an unarmed strike on my thing. I'm just going to drag one over.
I
I
was-
keep punching people.
I was gonna say you punch a lot. You punch a lot.
I'm a big giant dude.
God, shucks.
Let me see if I can actually add one from the compendium.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But yeah, strength
I can
plus
only add a
proficiency.
Proficiency.
Yeah, you get
so
you're proficient with fist.
fisting.
Yep.
Whoa.
So it's that plus 3.
That's a miss. He turns and goes, there you are. You just instinctively swing. He just leans back and catches the fist. Now that wasn't very nice.
I kick him in the nuts.
Well, this is kind of semi-combat, so like it's 6 seconds for 6 seconds. I did not wish for such decorum. I want something more respectable. As he throws the hand back, I'm gonna say initiative, considering Bargund is insistent on combat. So let me pull the turn order thing up first before. Remember to click your models. Clear that. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have to fight back. That's totally on him. Whap! Wasting my first fucking nat 20.
God damn. Oh no. Can we have 2 more initiatives? Kilnar. Tom, can you roll that again? Make sure you click your model when you roll it so it comes up in the turn order. I'll change it to the 18 because that's what you rolled first. Sam, we need Rangers initiative. There we go. And now I'll change that to an 18 because that was what you rolled the first time. Sam? I believe Sam has disappeared into the ether. Oh, he's fully disconnected actually. Oh, okay, he's gone. Give me a sec. I'll roll his initiative and we'll fill him in on the deets when he comes back. Liam's having issues too. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's multiple people in different games having different sets of issues. But Bagund, it is you. Yeah, it might be the server.
Okay. Let's see what I have on my wondrous list of spells to fuck this dude up with. Yeah, fuck it. We're gonna start off with a moonbeam.
Okay.
If he's a shape changer, he makes it a disadvantage just in case. Moon, moon. Moon, moon. Whap!
Damn.
I'm Helen. I'm an area manager at a delivery station at Hemel Hempstead.
14, that's a fail.
Out on the road between
And he reverts back to whatever his actual form is.
and I served for 9.5 years.
Okay. Well, he's currently in his natural form,
If he's in his natural form.
but
then
because
that's fine.
he's the essentially a shape change, that's why he still gets the disadvantage.
Yeah, but he also can't shape shift while he's in the moon.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to draw a blue circle with the freehand tool just to mark it, and then because if you draw it, you can move it then.
Allow me to.
Okay.
How do we do an ellipse? I think it's Alt. Yeah, Alt for an ellipse.
God fixed it. What the hell's happened?
There you go.
And
So that was your action.
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of leave it there.
Okay.
Nice.
Did I hear Sam come
Alright.
back? Yes, well done.
Yeah.
What did Tickle put his dick in to cause problems?
He went and investigated the house in which a figure apparated behind him and asked who he was. You were not you're not supposed to be here. Bargand tried to punch him, and we're now in initiative.
I just walked up behind him and decided to try
And
and beat the ever-living shit out of him.
first action of the combat was Moonbeam.
Moon.
As we now move into Kilnar, it is your turn, my dear boy. Remember, each square is 10 foot of movement, so it will affect how many squares you can move.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, not dashing, you're just moving up slowly. Okay. I really wished it hadn't come to this. But I suppose I was told to bring you willingly or not. Pitiful. Pitiful. He's going to... You see the jaw overextend slightly, almost semi-unnaturally, as large fangs protrude as he goes in for a bite. This attack is +9 to hit, so that's a 14.
Versus mine, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, hits.
Okay. He then does 1d6 plus 4 piercing damage. So that's 8 points of piercing damage. Plus 3d6 necrotic, which is 14. And
Yeah.
your hit point maximum is reduced by 14.
Bullshit again, Jesus wept. Minus 14. Okie dokie. Yeah, I won't take it off my maximum, but I've just put minus 14 in my 10 hit points.
Yeah, that's fine, as long as you're aware. And
Yeah.
as he rips the fangs away and like parts of the flesh rend at your like shoulder, the top of your shoulder. Now, be a good boy and play nice. Agreed? As he spits and like some of the blood on the floor.
I just give him a wry grin. That's basically like, I'm about to fuck your ass up.
Have it your way. Flat palm strike, just crack in the ribs as he attempts to like knock the wind out of you. With his second strike, which is an unarmed strike. That's a 16 to hit, which does hit.
Yes.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. As he just... And you just hear... As just one of the ribs just starts to give way slightly as it knocks the wind out of you a little bit. Stay obedient, insolent fool. As we then move on to Terry. You see,
Okay.
as he turns, Bargand does one punch and casts down a beam of light, and then this creature just unleashes a flurry of 2 devastating blows as blood just rends from Bargand's neck and shoulder.
What? Does he look like he's wearing anything metallic, or is he kind of like just in rags?
He's currently wearing leather armour and vestments. Under that, he's wearing standard peasantry clothing. No metallics that you are able to initially see. Not from behind, at least.
Righto. I will then tumble and stab him with my rapier.
Okay, where are you tumbling to? Because you're already directly behind him.
Wow.
Kind of like.
You'll have
Well, I just need
advantage
to-
because of
To
flank.
get away afterwards.
Yeah. You have
I've got
advantage
20.
because you've got flank from Bargand.
Oh, I rolled an at 20.
Roll any higher.
Damn.
I rolled an at 20. So
Okay, so your 1d8 for the rapier is instantly 8. So 8 plus whatever damage you roll now. So 7, so 15 points of damage. You... so let me double check something. You notice the weapon not do as much damage as it should. As that 15 points of damage goes down to 7.
And
So, you stab, and the rapier just digs in, and you just hear as the flesh pries away and makes way for your blade. Idiot. You just pull it out, and some blood, as you then do a backflip away and just take a few steps back. As you
a few
see,
very large steps.
because you've moved 30 feet away. As the gaze turns towards you, and you see the blood dripping from the mouth, and you see the eyes that were once a humanoid-esque have now converted into a more animalistic type of look. And they've now got a red hue glow to them. As they now just stare intently at you.
That means he likes me.
Ranger. And Fang.
I just say to Fang to move up front.
Yeah.
Because I can do that. I can tell him to move for free.
Yeah. And just remember as well, it's still torrential rain that you guys are in. Just for the sake of clarification. It doesn't really affect combat, I'm just more for the flavour and theatre of the mind aspects. I would have put a rain soundtrack up, but I couldn't find one.
What? Would it be a bonus action to get my arrows in the poison? Or the venom I have?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I dip 2 arrows into the vials.
The Fang's poison, yeah.
Yes. And then shoot them at the creature.
Go for it. Oh yeah, that hits. That
Oh, 1
hits.
minute. Is he undead?
Yeah.
I have advantage.
Okay, so that first one hits. What's the damage? 5.
Plus con save of 11.
Constitution
Yes, it is.
save of 11. This is plus 4. So no, that's a fail.
Takes 2d6
Poison.
poison.
Go for it.
Bad.
Same gripe with you. You notice that the bolt itself doesn't do as much damage as you would hope. The poison, however, does make up for that and some, and does a fair chunk of damage. Total damage dealt 7.
That's my second shot.
That
Don't know where it
hits.
shot from.
Roll damage. So that's
Another
2 points of
save.
damage. That's a pass on the con save this time. So
So I think it takes half.
takes half. Okay, so a total of 7 points of damage again, as that first shot caught him off guard, and he was ready for the second shot, and the poison, he's managed to put a tough, brace to it, and resists both of them with modicum success. Is that all you're doing? No movement?
I'd say, no, I'm actually quite okay there. Just, I can't really move. I'm useless once I get too close.
Okay. Bargained.
You have no idea who you're dealing with, do you? As I drop the moonbeam. Oh. Hang on. Let me. Oh, it's gonna delete me. Hang on.
Do you want to just move Bargain off to the far corner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shapeshift.
I'm going to say, for the sake of keeping you on the initiative order, let's just put Bargain in the bottom right corner.
Yep, let's put him out of the way. But before I do that, I am casting. Conjure animals.
And I'm assuming that's concentration.
It is.
So Moonbeam drops as a result.
Yep. So that's why I took the moonbeam off, and I am going to. One,
So if it hits minimum damage, 15 damage to eat it.
2.
What the fuck are
Three.
these?
Well, what are
Steakhouse?
these?
God damn it.
We know Vargan loves a stench cow. And they're a CR quarter, so I get 8 of them.
Oh, wait up on next to me.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only when you start your turn, they're not going to be staying there.
Okay.
7, 8.
Yep, that's right.
And they all take a good 20-foot run up. So, how many can I get around him?
You can get all of them
effectively?
around him.
Surround him.
So the first one won't have advantage, but the others should.
Fuck's sake.
As they all
Yeah.
charge in.
Action economy.
God damn.
So the first one's going to be. Let me put my advantage toggle on before I do that. Advantage toggle. So the first attack's going to be normal
Yeah.
for a whap.
Yeah.
So he takes 6
Down to
plus
3.
6.
So 6 total.
And then all the rest are going to be gang banging the fuck out of him. So we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All hit. 1 crit.
I'll roll you to pity first because it's 2d6. So
12 plus whatever, normal. So it's 11, 23 down to.
plus 6.
So
Which
29.
do the charge crits as well.
Yeah. So what's that charge? A d6.
Charge is 2d6.
So 24 plus 17. So 34. 41 down to 20.
And then I'm just going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits for the gore. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits for charges.
Okay, that's a lot of math. So
I feel
14,
like
22,
yeah.
32, 42, 48, 55, 62, 71, 76, 81, 85 damage, which goes down to 42 damage. Fucking hell. How much HP do those things have? I need that stat block.
They only have like 14 HP.
God damn. That is ridiculous.
I won't be abusing it this much. It's just I'm fully aware that this is one of the people that's more than likely done a lot of bad to Bargain.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not entirely too happy with him.
Okay.
And as one of them has come in and had to move back because obviously he's going to be in my space. So if he wants to opportunity attack the stench code, it steps back.
Yes, he will. He will take a bite action against it for a 15 to hit.
Hits.
For 7 points of piercing damage and 12 points of necrotic damage.
That one's dead.
Damn.
But the others all use the rest of their movement to step away as well. Because they're going to prep up for another charge.
Okay.
As I turn into Whap, a giant octopus.
So, as you shape change into a giant octopus, you flop onto the floor and fall prone. You are suffocating.
I'm not suffocating.
Can the giant octopus breathe in normal
It
climate?
can hold its breath for an hour.
Okay. Just to remember, you are an octopus and you are just on the floor.
I've only got 10 foot of movement.
Okay.
I'm fully aware of that.
And your attacks will be at disadvantage because you're prone and have no ability to stand.
Why am I prone?
You're an octopus.
I have a movement speed.
You do, and you're literally just on the floor.
Yeah, but that's not prone.
No, you.
If I've got movement speed, then I can't be prone.
You can, yeah, but you crawl. That's literally what you're doing. Tell me how an octopus has the ability to not be prone on land.
Because when have you ever seen an octopus like lying down, not unable to move?
Well, no, they
can.
can.
I've got to use half my movement to get up, which means 5 feet of movement I've got to use to get up.
Yeah, that's when you think like when fishermen pull up an octopus and it's on the deck of the ship, they can't stand.
But they have a movement speed. You can't put me as prone.
Yeah,
That's
but their
ridiculous.
movement speed is based off water.
It's not. It's got a land speed. Its swim speed is 40. Its land speed is 10.
Yeah, you still can go about on the floor, but you're classed as prone
But
because.
I can't if I'm prone. If you're classing me as prone, that literally cripples the wild shape again.
Do you mean again?
Forget about it.
Hey, you're an octopus on land.
Octopuses can walk on land.
No,
Exactly.
they cannot.
I can send you
They
like
can.
listen.
They genuinely can.
I
There
can
was a
send you
video
this
where a crab got taken down by an octopus on land.
Like there is lots of
Okay.
YouTube videos of an octopus walking.
Okay.
Also, the Disney film Finding Dory.
You're basing it off a cartoon.
As opposed to a game that involves magic.
Either way. Okay. We shall see how this plays out. Is that you done, Bargained?
That's me action and me bonus, yeah.
Okay. Legendary action. He is going to take a bite action against you. What's Giant Octopus AC?
I think 11? Let me just double check. I know
Try.
it's not high.
Yeah. I can't imagine it being terrible. Or I can't imagine it being great either.
Where's my giant octopus?
I've got it.
11.
Giant Octopus here. Yeah. So +9 to hit.
I
Yeah.
doubt it's going to miss unless if, like,
Unless,
ones.
well, yeah, because even with a 2, I'm going to match. Yeah. What's their health? 52. So it's 1d6 +4 piercing, which is 5, followed by 3d6 necrotic, which is 6. So wow, that's really bad. 12 points of damage total.
I laugh in stickiness.
Okay.
How much total was it? Sorry.
12.
12. Okay. I shall have put on his health bar now.
And as that comes to an end, his legendary action, Kilnar.
Isn't it his go?
No, that was a legendary action. Oh, wait. What? Oh no, Kilnar was before. I accidentally double-clicked, sorry.
Oh.
What it is, they were on the same initiative, but I always give priority in initiative to players. And then if it's
I
two
just didn't
players,
see him
I
on
give...
there. I was like,
If it's two players, I give them the choice, but if it's player and NPC, always player, I always give priority to. Just a thing.
Tom, you can dash as an action. You can get an extra 30 feet.
Nice. So that's action to dash, because it was 10, 20, 30, 10, 20. Yeah. Okay, so you just get yourself into position ready for next turn. As we then move on to this boy. Just need to quickly read. Okay. Okay. Just let me quickly search. Three.
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Uh-oh.
8. As
Oh.
I can summon just as much as you, pitiful Goliath, Furbolg. As magically apparate, similar to how your stench cows did, wolves bamf into existence. And that's his action. They then take their turn. They'll go on the same as him. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Any that go next to my cows are poisoned.
Is it a
'Cause I assume
save?
they're not going to make... DC 26 con save.
Yeah, they're poisoned. So, we'll... and what's the range? Is that 5 foot?
Yeah, it's anything that starts its turn or enters 5 feet off.
Okay. So, this one here is going to attack Terry with a +4 to hit. 7, that's not going to hit. This boy is going to attack with disadvantage. No, that's a 8 to hit. This one here with disadvantage. 9 to hit. And what's Stench Co AC?
11?
No, that's going to miss then. These two wolves together are going to attack flat because of pack tactics on the one Stench Co. So an 8 and a 22 to hit. That one will hit. With 2d4 plus 2 piercing damage. So 5 points of piercing damage. Not great. And can you make a strength saving throw, please? As the teeth sink into the leg of the Stench Co, it kind of... you know when a dog bites and they drag their head around? It's trying to pull the Stench Co down and knock it over.
Yes, let me just find out. I think their strength mod is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, that's a success. So yeah, it manages to hold its ground. As the two wolves surrounding Ranger both attack Ranger with advantage because of pack tactics. The first one is a 12.
No.
Second one is a 15.
Oh yeah, that one hits.
And for 7 points of piercing damages, the claws and the bites just start to accumulate on your legs as they both jumping up at you and start biting and pulling and scratching.
Okay.
As his turn comes to an end, Terry, yours comes to a start.
Right.
Real
So-
sorry, Terry. Real sorry. You're next to one of my cows.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw? And how long's the poison
Sorry,
last?
Terry. Start of their next turn,
Okay.
but then if they start their turn there, they've got to make the save again.
Okay. You are poisoned for 1 turn. Your attacks have
Okay.
disadvantage. Your skill checks
I will-
disadvantage.
I will tumble and go there. I will then crossbow. And crossbow against the dude.
Disadvantage, remember?
So
And are you attacking the main gaffer?
yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, 13 is not enough. I was just seeing in case you rolled a natural 1. You know, I'm mean like that. But no, unfortunately, that's a miss. The bolt just goes and just goes off through the pitter-patter of rain.
And I wait. Hang on. What's the range on bardic inspiration again?
As long as I can hear you, I think.
I will bardically inspire Bargand.
Okay. You shout words of encouragement to Bargand, granting a D6 inspiration, I believe.
Hang on. What?
Yep.
For your level, I think, because at level 4, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Ranger. You are currently flanked by 2 wolves.
I command Fang to go behind this one,
Mm-hmm.
and we're both going to attack it once.
Yeah.
Do I get advantage because
You do, because of flank.
Yes.
That's a constitution check. That's not an attack roll. However,
She's attacking with her body.
who starts fucking throwing herself at everything. However, Fang's attack does hit.
Oh, 1 minute. Well, why is that done a con? I was meant to
Don't
throw
know.
I've only done Fangs. I've not done mine yet.
That hits.
There we go.
Just for quickness, do you want to roll another attack for Fang in case he gets a crit?
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Better hit, but still no crit.
Okay, so short sword,
Wait.
the 6. There's his.
Okay, so did 6... Yeah, that wolf... Boom. Your slash did a considerable amount of damage, and then Fang just climbs over the back of it and just starts gnawing into the back of its neck, and it whimpers and just dies.
If Fang reduced it to 0 with its poison, was it the bite that put it to 0 or the poison?
The bite.
Ah, okay, I was going to say it was
The poison didn't do it, it was dead before the poison.
Yeah, and then bonus action, because I used an attack action, can I swing at the wolf behind me?
Yes. Bonus action, you're using unarmed strike unless you added like a dagger or something held in your other hand.
No, just an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Punch it.
Yeah, it hits. So what's your strength modifier?
There you go, it's 1. So 1 plus 1.
You did 2 points of damage. You just
Yeah, just
start.
bonk on the
You just swinging backhand this wolf as it was just reeling back from an attack and was going in for another, and you just backhand it, and it stumbles for a second and regains. Okay, D8. I didn't know at what point it changed over, Blake, but it's worth checking.
5th level.
So next level it should change. Or you
No,
guys
we
know?
are 5th level.
I forget what.
Laugh at it.
I thought you got before. Ignore me. Carry on. So as that turn comes to an end, Bargain, it is you once more.
Do you want me to sort the cows out first?
Yeah, we'll do the cows first because they're the
So,
fucky ones.
yep, he's going to come here and then here. So he's not getting opportunity attack from that one. That one's going in. This one is going to provoke an opportunity from the wolf. And that one. So the two on the left are provoking opportunity attacks.
The two on the left.
The
Oh, from the wolves, yes. I was going to say, I was like, why does he get it? But no, yeah, it's the wolves. Okay, so we'll do the one at the top first, with a 10 to hit.
hits, yes.
And that's 6 points of piercing damage on this one. And then this one gets hit with a 7 to hit, which misses, I believe.
Misses, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. So, RD Marthux. Oh, he'll get one as well. Sorry, the bottom wolf.
16 to hit.
Hits.
10 points of piercing damage. I think he's dead.
He is.
Bang on the
He
button,
dies.
yeah. I've just realised this one stench cow can't move in because Kilnar's there.
Well, he'll go in when the other one backs out.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I was deleting him, wasn't I?
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So, shall I do? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left.
Yeah. Currently 5 in attacking.
Well, the other one's just going to move through anyway, so do you want me to just roll his at the same time? Or...
Yeah.
So,
Well, do you want me to roll an attack of opportunity? Actually, no, I'll wait. Because as he moves in for the attack next to Kilnar, the wolf will get an attack. But I'll do that in a second.
yeah. It's going to give us some good rolls. Come on, change to the chat. So, 1, 2,
Hits. Hits.
3,
Hits.
4,
Mm-hmm.
5, 6.
All hit.
Shall I just roll?
Rather than clicking
12d6
each
for
gore,
the
yeah.
charge?
Yeah, just roll 12d6.
Well, it'll be so the 6 hit him. So it's 66 plus 4 times 6, 24.
Yeah.
So hang on then. So I'm gonna need the advanced dice roller. So this is for their basic hit on the gore. So 66 plus 24. Whap.
Yeah.
And then let me just drop the plus off. And we are going for 12d6 on the gore.
Yeah.
Whap.
Damn. So, total of 96 damage, halved down to 48.
Yep, which ones are going to opportunity attack as they walk away, if any?
None, because given the rain and everything, you see the blood being washed as he's taking damage. During the gore fest of the cows, you see him arch back, you see the eyes roll back and the red hue dim and then dull and to nothing as he collapses as the stench cows back up. The wolves still remain for now, and you see his body crumple into a heap and semi-husk almost instantaneously.
Okay. Is that wolf making an opportunity attack against my cow?
Yes. He will make it with disadvantage.
Because I'm a smelly bitch.
22
Hits.
for 9 points of piercing damage on Stench Cow number 4.
Yep. Since he's gone down, I'm just gonna continue to wail on him.
Nice.
Because I know that dead things have a tendency to get back up.
It's true.
I will shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Yes. As you do that, this wolf here gets an attack of opportunity. Oh wait, no,
I
he
can
won't.
go diagonally.
Yeah. If you do that, sorry, I did that in my mind.
It's just the way that I moved it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to move.
No,
it,
yeah,
'cause I'm
you went
using my
diagonal. It's
direction
fine.
keys.
Ignore that. Yeah.
And
What about the one that's next to Kilnar?
He did it on the Stench Co.
Ah, okay.
Whap.
Wait, why did this only has 10 foot of movement? You said, wasn't it? You only get to move one square. These are
yeah.
10-foot squares, so you'll be there still. Sorry.
That's fine. My bad. Sorry.
So yeah, ignore that for now. So yeah, you start.
Whap, 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 whap.
Yep, tentacles flailing like a fucking Beyblade. Is that your turn?
Yeah, these are gonna take another step away from me because I don't need no stench. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Kilnar. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
I mean, I don't think he can save that.
He might, I think, if he rolls a nat 20. But only if.
His max con mod is gonna be 5.
Yeah, plus proficiency, because he's a barbarian. He's going to have like a +7, I would hope, or 10. No, not 7, like 7 or an 8.
We fingers crossed. Save it.
Tom? Tom is gone. I will roll it for him. Oh no, he's Constitution saving. Oh no, he's got a really low con. No, he fails it automatically.
Oh no.
He's
His
got
con?
he's got
Oh, no.
he's got 11 in his con.
Oh no. That's worth the vote?
Yeah.
What in the ever living fuck barbarian?
Yeah, he's only got his proficiency to his
No.
con save. Tom, are you here,
wow.
or has Discord decided to fuck you?
I'm a druid and my con's 15.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say I'm just seeing his stats because I have access to his sheet, and I'm just like, why?
Oh well. Tom? If not, I will come back. Because I'm assuming he's going to try and kill that wolf there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'll give him a chance to fix his mic. I'll do the wolves turn, but I'm going to do all the other wolves first. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Welcome back, Tom.
Stay tuned. We'll be back right after break.
Tom, what would you like to do?
Or with my great axe.
Yeah. Roll to hit, man. Oh, God, yeah. That hits. Bork. You lift the great axe. Give him that it's currently busy attacking at the stench cone. You drop it like a guillotine and cleave it in half at the spine. Back half and front half. Okay, dokie. As we move on to the wolves' turn,
You are about to enjoy another slice
this wolf here
of three.
is going to position itself there and take a bite. 15 to hit,
Yes.
9 points of bite. These two are going to jump onto the octopi,
You know what? I quite enjoyed the hour because
and with advantage, roll 2 bites, one each. First one is 23 to hit. Second one is 17 to hit.
and she was such a good character.
Both hit.
So this is 4d4 plus 4. 19 points of bite as they start rending at the tendrils of the octopus and get good grip and do a lot of fucking damage, like nearly max damage.
She's great. You know, Alison went too soon.
God damn.
Wet.
So, wolf here, attack stench cow with disadvantage. That's a 9.
Misses.
Other wolf on other stench cow. 17. That's not bad.
Hits.
7 points of nom
Which one?
here.
Yeah, he's not taken it yet. -7. Yep.
As his turn comes to an end, Terry, the tickler.
Okie dokie. So I will. So I'll go 10, 20, 30. And I will pour some very flammable oil on the zombie man.
Okay, I'll give you that as a bonus action.
And I will hold my action until the octopus lets go. And then set him on fire with a match.
Okay. That's very easy to do. You strike the match. Just again, remind, torrential rain. Blake, just reminding you, it's torrential rain.
I will just like try and block the rain with my other hand.
Yes, I'm currently shielding the match. Ranger.
Command Fang to go to here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move to there, and we both do an attack on it.
Go for it.
Somebody like you, there's like, you know, like in everyday life, I bet you've never had it before where someone's disliked you for no reason. No, I haven't, that's why I'm shocked.
Oh, damn.
Because she looks like a popular person, because I can tell that you are.
I can tell you now, with that crit,
Right then.
there is no need for Fang.
Yeah.
God damn, you kebab this wolf. Delete.
Are you sure you don't want me to roll damage?
It's only got 11 HP.
Oh yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. You kebabbed it. They're just
Tony,
standard wolves.
does that
There's
mean
nothing
that-
special about them.
I'm gonna say, so Fang wouldn't have attacked it.
Wouldn't have needed to, no.
Can I pull my bow out and shoot this one?
Yep.
Can I coat it in poison?
Yep.
How many uses would you say I've got left of one vial?
Each vial, I would say, is 5 uses, so you've used 3 now of 1 vial.
If you feel that you are not heavy under the influence, then we'll leave it up to your house, the housemate's individual judgment.
Okay.
Alright.
My judgment is yes, they are under the influence, but I think they'll be okay.
So, your bow attack? It shouldn't have been advantage, but we'll just take the first one, which still hits anyway.
19.
Yeah, it hits. God damn.
7. Constitution save.
And the Bork save with +1. 15.
Yeah, it says it takes half.
Yeah. fuck, mate. He's got 1 HP. 7 points of damage and 3 from the half. Oh, he's got 1 HP. He's literally on death's door.
Yes.
Damn.
And I can't bonus action arrow, so
No.
yeah, that's it.
Bagund?
Shall we do the cows first?
Yeah.
Moo! This one's going to go in a mooing. So it's mooing this wolf.
Aww.
Let me pull up my summon stats. It doesn't give me advantage, does it, if it's just normal? No?
No, an 8 will miss.
Okay. This one then is gonna go whap.
Okay. No!
The hell?
They don't like wolves.
This one's gonna do a whap.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm just gonna delete him now, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
This will be
just the
beneficial.
2d6 as a 12. Done.
Okay, so this one is gonna whap.
Yeah.
Because now he's not got no opportunity attack.
Yep. That hits.
So 14,
Balkanator down.
and this one's gonna go whap.
Yep. Oh, he's alive! He's alive! With 2 HP. And you got this one left that hasn't moved.
Yeah, he's just gonna try and headbutt this thing. So no charge.
Yep.
But a goal. Whap.
Bye-bye. As you're attacking these, the same kind of puff of magic that brought them in, it's the same that's pulling them out. The bodies aren't being left behind, hence why I'm deleting them.
Yep.
And you?
And then I'm gonna whap the one next to me.
The one that's nearly dead or the healthy one?
Is it gonna matter? It might do. I'll go for the healthier looking one.
Okay.
Whap.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh. Whap. And he's auto-grappled and restrained.
Bork. Don't worry about it.
Just puffs out of my tentacles like.
Yeah, your tentacles wrap around it.
Heckin' slash on him, yeah.
Your tentacles wrap around, and just as you start to put some pressure in the constriction, gone.
I squeezed him out of existence.
Yeah, you did. You squoze him out of existence.
If you've ever heard an octopus laugh, that's all my whappage.
Kill now.
See you in an hour. Here we go.
And I assume kill now. Run, run, run. Smack.
Poisoned.
Yeah. He is
Yeah.
poisoned.
Gonna
By the end, I did want Jade to win because she was such an underdog, and so therefore I don't think
Tom? Do you want to kill the last wolf?
What's she wearing? Like, come on. Like, doll yourself up, Kate. Like, you're going to the Big Brother house.
She was again a lovely person.
Yeah. There was such massive characters in there. You look back at Big
Whap
Brother,
it!
you do think about Jay,
We're waiting.
Alex, and all of those. Where Kate was a brilliant houseman, and I don't use the J word often.
That'll miss. Because of the disadvantage imbued by Stench Cow, because you were there at the start of the turn, that's a fail. As it rolls around to their turn, the Douge is going to take a bite at the octopus with a 11 to hit, which hits for 6 points of bite. Terry, it is your turn.
Yeah, I dropped my match like as my bonus, as my held action.
You did. And it's sort of takes light, but is very quickly washed away from the with the torrential rain. So, and now that comes around now to your turn.
Okay. I will attempt to lob his head off with my rapier.
Okay.
Can you take her head off with a rapier?
Not really. It's a thrusting weapon,
It's going to
but
be a lot of poking.
yeah.
You're just going to perforate his neck until we can rip it off.
Yeah, essentially.
I use my short sword then.
So you're not attacking the wolf. You're attacking a corpse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't reach him.
Okay.
There's a giant big rock in the way.
You start making progress in the decapitation of the creature as it becomes Ranger's turn.
I guess I'm just going to shoot at it from that range. Like
Okay,
normal arrow.
then go for it.
10:15 p.m. This week's task is a basketball challenge.
Bork.
Yeah, it did. I guess.
Yeah, as we get to the end of initiative.
I am going to use the rest of the time that I have the stench cows to absolutely marmalise the body of this undead thing. All the whappage.
Okay, you spend the next... Because I think you have this for an hour, don't you? So you spend like the 59 minutes, 30 odd seconds.
I don't know. I think it's a minute. Oh, it might be. Might be an hour actually.
I'm pretty sure it's an hour. I might be
If
wrong.
it is, then I'm only just going to take a minute then.
But
doing
either
it,
way,
'cause I don't think they're going to need that long to marmalise
No,
it.
no. You're going to turn it into mincemeat very quickly.
Trample him into the ground.
Yeah.
As I'm there, just occasionally giving him a good whap on the face.
Yeah. You don't loot the body, you don't inspect it for clues, you just butcher it into non-existence. Initiative is no longer needed for the moments ahead. You spend the time with the stench cows. What is everyone else doing? As Ranger goes inside of Kilnar.
Things happen, accidents.
So just a quick one. You know this circle of crystals? Does the
Yeah.
placement look natural or intentional?
These aren't natural crystals. Their,
Okay, so they've-
their placement is in line with each of the sigils inside of the circle. You see the 6 main sigils on the inside?
Yeah.
They're in line with each.
So there's gaps in between, so it's like they've been deliberately placed, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can draw a straight line almost from the centre to the sigil to the crystal of each one.
Cool beans.
It is very obviously not natural.
I'm just gonna check over Fang to see if he's been hurt.
Yeah, and
I know he didn't, but yeah.
yeah, role play, it's fine.
Yeah. Just making sure. Yeah, she's covered in cuts and bruises. Yeah.
What was that, Ben?
I'm going to come over and slither my way onto one of my stench cows and then ride him into the next battle.
You are poisoned.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that. But an octopus riding a stench cow into battle's gotta be terrifying.
It's something. What are you guys doing?
And which in octopus means, line up, men!
After some time, the corpse is mulched. Terry, you inspect the crystals to just ascertain the natural or unnaturalness of them. Ranger checks over Fang, who is
I'm going to use a.
still unhappy but unscathed.
Because I'm going to use a cure wounds on myself. Once I know he's okay, so like I look at myself and go, oh, and then just fix myself.
Yeah, you've dealt with wolves many times before. It's by no means a issue.
As the guy said, this house was the guy's house, the master's house. Can I just have a quick look to see if I can find any sort of like anything that would indicate who actually owned it?
Investigation, please.
There's like cupboards and stuff.
That would be an investigation, my dear boy. Investigation. One of the
17?
plaques on the front that has withered away and fallen off, you pick up, and it reads Vinicius Acdun.
What was that, sorry?
Vinicius Acdun. I will put it in the Roll20 chat.
Thank you, I don't lost my pen.
There should have been an N at the end of Acdun. So it's D-O-U-N.
Have we heard this name before, guys? Because I can't remember.
I squirt ink on the ground and use a tentacle to write no in it.
Okay.
You could have just shook your head, but okay.
Can I do a history check to see if that name rings a bell?
You can, if you wish to partake in a history check to understand who Vinicius Acdun is.
Oh, I know nothing.
Well, your DC would have been extremely high anyway, given your background.
Yeah.
Can anyone remember what the name of the necromancer dude was? Were we told?
You were told out of character before because you asked. But
I forgot, so that's fine.
it's fine. Do you want to roll a history check to see if Terry knows who Vinicius Acdun is?
No. You do
That
not.
name draws blanks on all of your faces. But this house, this land, you assume, at least once belonged to Vinicius Acdun. Or maybe still does technically. It's just depreciated.
I'll just take the plaque with me anyway, just a nice board.
Okay.
Souvenirs.
It's made of slate, and it's the name has been chiselled and then filled in with silver.
Stop it. I'm gonna keep that for my big bag of random shit.
Slate and silver plaque with the name Vinicius Acdun.
Yeah, it's gonna be that. My mannequin hand, my jar with the eye in it. It's all good.
Yeah, you have like some garbage, but you know what? There's gonna be one time when you're gonna need that plaque, and you're gonna be glad you kept it.
I am.
So, what's
Ethan?
when did it-
Are you still there? Yelling back.
Whap, whap, whap. Just as his body disappears, just whap, whap, whap.
I deleted it because it's practically mush.
So there is nothing of interest or relatability inside the house.
You already had a
Other than
look,
the-
and you would have had anything that was of interest, possibly, has long since been destroyed and rotted. All that's left is the stone and bent and decayed metalworks, and some light amounts of lumber that's very, very rotten. That probably would fall apart if you so much as touched it.
Can we see any other like buildings like in the area?
The arch in the centre is the only other structure you can see within immediate eye view.
12:28 a.m. There's now a second door to the diary room.
I guess I yell back for Ethan to see if he's still here. I'd like to call him over.
You turn and you can see that he's... I didn't put a token down for him, but he's still on the very far side where you guys came in. The rain is so heavy that your voice doesn't travel far enough and he doesn't hear you, and you just see him currently with his head down and something over his head as the rain is just pelting him 7 ways to Sunday.
I'm gonna say I'll just like try and wave him over. Come over to us.
Yeah. At first he doesn't, and it takes a while for him to look up, as he occasionally was looking. And you kind of gesture to come over, and he'll bring the horse and cart over as he drives them towards you guys. So let me get a
I
cart.
wave at him with a tentacle.
What do you think? Your decision. What kind of effect that to have on?
Yeah, it doesn't look like this, obviously, but it'll do. There you go. Oh wait, no, this is too big.
Sprinkles.
I'm gonna say we did some nice work on them seats, didn't we?
No, I forgot. Yeah, but yeah, he brings it over, and like you're all sodden wet. Like, I think the only way you could be more wet is if he was in water, like fully in water.
I'm going to use my speech of beast and leaf to kind of stroke Sprinkles with the tentacle and go, which means, don't worry, boy, it's only me.
Yeah.
And you should be able to understand me.
I'm gonna say the scared horse at first reels, and then once you speak to it, calms and allows you pet. The rain slowly over the next hour or so will stop being torrential downpour and just go to a mild shower. But as of right now, it's still torrential.
Can I have a look into the cracks? Like this nearby crack?
Yeah. Roll a quick perception check.
It just became so iconic. Davina wears black, and that it was almost a designer uniform.
You look down and you can see where the stony earth has split. It's partially filled with water from the heavy rainfall, but it's slowly being soaked into the earth. You can see that the top layer of soil and rock compared to under in the cracks is much, much darker. Almost as if it's been burnt, like with a fire, and it's got like a black charcoaliness to it. Then you've got like into a more grey and dead gradient down, and about 15 or so foot down these craters go, you can just start to see living brown earth again.
I sort of have a smile and then just walk back towards the rest of the group with a bit of a cheer on my face.
Yeah.
Healer should naturally know when to heal.
So, what's the plan, guys?
That's me saying hi to the spider.
After a while, your wild shape will falter. The stench cows will vanish.
An hour!
I know, but no one's doing anything, so I'm time skipping.
No,
I'm gonna say, for the error, can we just break the crystals and collect them? Because they did say collect things that we find here, so can we, like, break them and collect them for the next hour?
Yeah. All in all,
I'm going to use my stench cows to just decimate them.
yeah, and
Onward, minions.
once broken, they do lose a lot of the pulling power. It's alright, Blake, come back when you can. You gather per crystal 80 pound in weight of crystal times 6. So that's £48. No, £480 in weight of crystal. Which is a lot.
Put it on the cart.
Yeah, it's a good thing you brought the cart. Otherwise, this would have been a lot of trips.
What are you saying? Bargain can't lift such things. And Kilnar. God.
But yeah, if you load all this on the cart, it's going to limit the amount of people who can be on the cart, which I don't think he really was that bothered anyway. You were pretty much walking alongside it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have 4 in total, including the £20 that Bargain already collected. A total of £480 in weight of Dead Circle crystal. You are yet to find its original function or what its current function is in this current state.
So, is there anything else we need from here? Or are we going to be moving on?
I walk over to Gary and kind of use a tentacle to point at the longsword.
I will pass over my short sword.
With sword in hand, climb atop my lead stench cow and gallop all the way back to Crossford as far as my little cows can take me.
Okay.
Onwards, steeds! Let's go!
So that's assuming everyone else has concluded their business here.
Weren't we supposed to investigate it a bit more? Like, look for objects and things? I know we found a lot of crystal, but it doesn't seem what he was actually after.
Where else can we look?
Well, with Fang's help, tried to climb onto the top of, like, this peak bit.
Yeah.
And then I want to look around, see if there's anything else around.
Roll first an athletics check with disadvantage because it's raining. And the surf. Yeah, but
he can climb walls.
If Fang can, you're the issue.
He's going to help me.
Oh, no, the problem is, what's the strength of a giant spider? Let me have a look.
I think it's 0. No, it's 12. It's +1.
Oh, go on, roll it. Yeah, roll it flat.
Yay!
Yeah, it wasn't a difficult thing. Yes, it's raining, but you managed to climb up. The wall is heavily unstable and probably would break at any moment, but you managed to climb up long enough to have a look. So can I have a perception check? You take a look around, and given the more vantage point, you can kind of see what you guys are looking at the top-down view. The more of the layout of the runic circle, a lot of the apparatuses where the crystals were the central point. It's quite an impressive feat for someone to have done. And you don't notice anything immediately of interest in the close vicinity, outside of what you guys have already looked at.
No. I like make my way down.
Yeah, and as you get there, the wall you were stood on just crumbles, like.
Well, that thing, I get off it, turn around, and it just falls backwards, sort of thing.
Yeah, as you kick off it to jump off, it goes the other way. As I said, the stonework look extremely old, and like you can see where some of the stone has started to revert back to its original function as sand, like as weather and time has just eroded it.
Yeah. Can anybody write these symbols down? He said bring anything back, so if we bring more back, we can get more things.
Do you trust Big Al with the sigils?
He's been good to the town from what I can see, what I've seen, but and he was kind for me to let me in and showed me to more Bernadette when I was causing problems with everybody else. So,
I wander
yeah,
over.
I believe he's perfect with it.
I wander over and I grab hold. Are you wearing like robes or a cape or anything?
It's traveller's clothes, so it's sort of, I'd say, like tight close to my body. That
You
would be
probably
much
have
more
like a
pleasant.
cloak for rain and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I put my tentacles like onto your cloak, square ink onto the ground, dip a tentacle in and start scrawling them with my tentacle on her cloak.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check for how good you mimic them.
I don't think I can roll sleight of hand as a...
It's Dex.
Oh, it's supposed to just a dex.
Yeah, it's just Dex.
Mate!
Masterful.
Fucking Picasso over here.
Mate. Yeah, with expert precision and like the grand wizards themselves, you copy down these arcane runes and the cloak explodes because of the runes activating. They're so good.
I literally, like, you see me, like, almost, like, using it like a paintbrush and then occasionally pressing my finger to my lips. Or, like, where not supposed to have a mouth. And just kind of,
Yeah.
tilt my head to the side, squint my eyes.
Yeah, no,
and then
they
go
are
back
a
in.
very well done replica and extremely detailed. You are able to gather the information of the 6 sigils to a very good degree. You are confident that you have accurately represented them.
I'm going to say to protect them, I sort of just flip the cape inside it and then put it back on.
Yeah,
So the sigils are on the inside.
easily done.
I then draw, like, a little French moustache, curled whiskers on my face, just to give me more of an artistic look.
Oh,
I've moved on his nose, on, like, right between his eyes. Boop.
So, you have gathered information. You have killed yet another innocent creature.
I
No such
disagree
thing.
strongly.
You guys attacked first.
You can't kill it if it's already dead.
Who said he was already dead?
He was a zombie.
Who said he was a zombie?
I
This
did.
motherfucker bit me. He's
You
gotta be some
punched
kind
him
of dead
and
thing.
moonbeamed him.
I didn't punch him, thanks.
Well, you went to punch him.
Yeah, but I didn't, did I? You don't know that I didn't mean to miss it. I held back.
Oh yeah, you held back when you dropped a moonbeam on his head.
And then marmalised him with cows.
So,
While whapping him with tentacles.
it is currently about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You spent a good portion of the morning trudging through the muds to get here off the road. What is the plan? Are you heading back? Same way you came, new route?
Can I quickly ping, primeval awareness around us?
You can.
1 mile, there is.
You use primeval awareness and take in as much of your surroundings up to 1 mile. You sense the convergence of multiple undead signatures coming your way and forcing themselves in from the west.
So from the
West.
we've got
Left.
to go and just start walking in the other the direction back to the road.
Yeah.
We need to go.
So,
Right,
do you tell us,
right
what have you told us? Just that we need to go?
No, I just literally go. We need to look in the direction. There's a horror on my face, and then we need to go. Just start walking away. Like there's a glow, probably like a glow around my eyes, but that's really it.
I climb atop my noble steeds and... Onwards!
At the rate and speeds you guys are going to be travelling at, you could, in theory, reach the town like late into the night, like 2 or 3 in the morning. Do you wish to do this, or do you wish to take a break in between?
I guess I would have pushed for the. We need to be back in town, like back to town. Tell them the big horde that was coming towards us when we were at the circle.
We led them to the town so they all die. Yay!
So, are you doing standard time travel, or are you pushing? You'll be very tired and exhausted when you get to Crossroads, and you'll need a day to rest up after, but you can make it in one go.
I'll push for it, but I won't go away from the group.
Is that a yes or a no?
Onward.
No one knows, except for my cows.
Okay. Well, as Terry is in agreement, so you as a group start pushing your way in, and as you're leaving the Dead Circle and getting onto the road, you hear a bestial roar come in the direction of the Dead Circle. And the roars, it's not just an animalistic roar, it sounds like a name. That name being bargained, being held in like a deep, guttural, demonic voice that just echoes across the air.
Can
Why
I
is it
insight
saying your
it to see
name?
whether it's? Can I insight check to see whether it's kind of howling in anger or anguish or pain or disappointment?
Roll insight.
Maybe not.
It's loud and angry sounding.
Why is it saying your name? When he pops out of the octopus form at some point.
Yeah, no, this.
Eventually I
Well, no, this is like 4 hours of travel to get back onto the road. Yeah.
I guess I asked him, why is it screaming your name?
Oh, I've just got fangirls. Oh.
I just draw my bow. I draw my bow. I move back a good run ahead about another about 70 feet with Fang, and literally draw a bow and go. You will tell me, because I'm not taking you back to the town if you're a threat to them.
Silly girl, put your bow away. You'll get yourself hurt.
Shoot one pat by his feet, and then pull an arrow ready and go. Do I look like I'm kidding?
Are you gonna make me murder you again?
She's protective of that town. She just wants to know. Why is it saying your name, Bargain?
Fangirls.
Ranger, just put the bow and arrow down, please.
It's undead, and it's calling your name. Fangirl isn't it.
No, it pretty much
to you.
It pretty much
Did you
covers
not
it, to
see
be fair.
me whack that thing into a puddle?
So tell me, why is it saying your name then?
Shrug again?
Is it a friend or a foe?
I'm not it. I don't know.
Is it a friend or a foe?
I don't know. I didn't see what screamed my name. It could have been anything.
I'm gonna say I'll stay the 70 foot away from the rest of the group and follow, but stay with them up to the town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sort of saying.
Because I'm assuming this was all done as
it.
during travel, so like you were taking steps back as they were walking forward.
Yeah.
So you continue this tense semi-standoff as you start to approach the town, as night drew in hours ago. And you can see the faint lights of Crossrodata. You guys continue onwards. You enter the perimeter of the town. The cart, laden with crystal, is put safely with Ethan's help in the attachment at the back of the tavern. I'm just going to move you guys back onto the town view.
Everything in this small Georgia town seemed to move at a slow pace. But every now and
You all
a day like the one in February
are currently at the back of the tavern, and it's the dead of night. There is no one around. The air is quiet. The rain has almost stopped entirely. Back to that mild, spitting drizzle.
Did you have fun then, Ethan? With a big toothy grin.
I'm cold. I'm wet. It was miserable.
But you didn't die, so it was awesome! I was saying in an excited voice.
I think I'm gonna stay at home.
No!
For the rest.
Don't be like that!
He's
Well, that should
dithering.
be an
He's
adventure!
sodden. He's miserable.
Oh. Nothing ventured, nothing
Warm
gained.
him up.
Fang, watch them. I'm gonna say, I move to the side with Fang and go, Fang, watch them, just in case they do something negative to the town. I'm gonna go get Bernadette, okay? And then run off.
Well, it's where we're going to call an end to the session.
Damn.
Kill Fang!
So I'm going to call the session. I'm going to call the session there before the town gets burned. So next
He won't all get
time,
burnt.
next time we'll start with going to Bernadette, arrest, and taking stock of what you're going to be doing with the crystals and all the other bits and bobs.
it had been said that summer in the deep south
So,
is God's way of punishing,
what did you guys think?
and so it went into
I'm just gonna say, I
Loved it.
fucking dare you, Ranger. I fucking dare you.
Oh, that's
Me,
gonna be
bruh.
something to you.
At me, brah. I will summon up some stench cows on your ass.
Yeah,
I'm sure stage cows can't climb, so I'm gonna go with I'm okay.
But I can.
couldn't have been better for 27-year-old Al Wilson and his
I'm gonna say I'm imagining for I'm bad.
I can. I'm
Don't
pretty sure I
fight
can
me,
summon them
Richard.
anywhere, though, can't I? So couldn't I summon like 8 stench cows, like in the air, and just drop them on someone?
in theory, yeah, but
Into a
the
bloody,
but gravity
into a
doesn't.
bloodied heap of stench and poison.
Yeah. But we will have to find out next time, next week, same time, same place.
Yes.
That's nice.
So,
Ta-da.
I will call the stream there. Cheers and bye.